Hey everybody, what's up? It's Helmstrats, and I'm back to you guys once again with another video. This time we're right back into Starminer for the second tutorial training mission. Now, last video, we had just covered the first tutorial mission, which is basically learning how to navigate and basic protocols of, you know, orientation, thrust control, drift management, docking, mining. And if you hadn't seen that video, I suggest you check that out before going on with this one, where we'll be getting into the second training mission, which is construction, assembly, resource pipeline, structural assembly, maybe a little bit of scavenging, who knows. Anyway, before we get into this training mission, however, I'd like to give a quick shout out to you guys. That if you've enjoyed my channel and any of its content so far, I would consider it a huge favor if you hit the subscribe button. Also, you can hit the notification bell and hit notify all so you can be made aware of future content that drops on my channel. And if you happen to like this video or any other videos, then hit that like button. Now, let's get on to this mission.
Welcome, Commander.
Construction, salvage, and repair. Yep, there we go. Glad you can make it this far, pilot. Oh, glad you made it this far, pilot. I'm guessing you wrapped up your first training mission, movement, mining, all the basics. Yep. Good, you'll need those skills. If you get stuck, F1 will recall the list of useful commands, but not all the commands. This wreck here used to be DS Refine, orbiting near Circes. Excuse me. Got hit hard. Pirates, scavengers, maybe worse. What's left of it is barely holding any shape. Dang. Good news is that it's a perfect training ground. You'll learn how to scavenge, trade, and rebuild a full station from the ground up. You'll handle the blueprints and build crews. I'll guide you through the hard parts. And let's get to it. Good to hear. Fleet authorization confirmed. You're in command of a small construction fleet. To get this site going again. On it. OWL is backing this operation, and they're putting some faith in you. Orbital Works and Logistics doesn't just let anyone run their ships. Treat these birds with grace and we'll do good. Will do. Approach the site with Restore 7 and see what we're dealing with. Objective, approach the waypoint near the station. A tip. A white line from... yeah, we already know that from the last training. Okay, so there's the waypoint there. But I'm curious about these other ships I'm commanding, so we'll go ahead and click this Atlas Hauler. Okay, the Atlas Hauler here is to supply the operation with needed resources. You can route resources freely from this large cargo ship to any other ship under your control. You can use numeric keys on your keyboard to aid with throttle. Just go easy on it. This thing stops like an elephant. In other words, even this is faster than a Y-Wing. Okay, we'll leave that alone for now. Now, this scavenger. You can scavenge materials from derelict modules you see scattered around. Scavenging works the same way as mining. Use your scanners to identify composition and mining lasers to mine the modules. One important distinction with scavenging is that the materials don't need to be further refined and can be immediately used for construction. Alright, I'll leave that alone for now too. We'll do one thing at a time here. Oh, and a little disclosure, guys. I did some more practice before doing this mission. And, you know, for my driving skills. And there was a little bug, and I got some achievements before I managed to stop it. You know, that kind of thing. There we go. And yeah, so don't be surprised I've got a few achievements while trying to do this mission before. But this should go a lot smoother and a lot faster now. Oh, and before I forget, let's hit the build. And let's save the blueprint for these ships. Restore. Yeah, as you can see, I did the first training mission again. And resaved the small shuttle into small shuttle rig. Because that is no mere shuttle. That's a ship in the form of a shuttle. Or rather, a shuttle that's treated like a ship. However you want to put it. Alright, restore. Save? Well, no. Restore rig. There we go. Then the Atlas. We'll do the same thing with it. Atlas hauler, since that is what it's called. Save. And then the scavenger. Build again. Scavenger. Alright, save. Oof, they were not kidding. This station's had it rough. There's also another ship down there. Let's see, it looks like this was used as a solar. This was used as storage, I guess. We'll see. Anyway, back to restore 7. And let's head for that waypoint. Let's go to autopilot mode. It's not wanting to cooperate right now. Oh well. Oh, before I forget, need to turn on my orientation. That would help too. I swear, guys, I did practice before coming here. Pilot mode, maybe that will... Nope. Close enough. Alright, that's how you want to do it, fine. Just do it the old-fashioned way. First stop. Enter tactical. There we go. Now just orient a little. There we go. Now let's press forward. There we go. That should do it. Alright. Approach the station. Debris fields are dense around the refinery's front frame. It would be a good idea to clear the derelicts before we can start laying down new modules. You can use the scavenger to break down what's left and recover anything useful. Noted. I'll leave you to handle this yourself as you go, since you already know your way around mining ops. Scavenging is pretty much the same as mining asteroids. Cut derelicts down with your mining lasers, then send haulers to collect the scrap. Sure. Press I on your keyboard to bring up overlays to identify debris. Deal with the floating debris as you see fit. The scavenger here is to help you out. Okay, got it. Let's focus on getting your ship close to the DS refine and jack into the core systems. Access the interface, claim command, and the station will recognize you as its handler. Alright, how? You can do this by right-clicking the yellow interaction icon on the station and selecting Possess Station. Copy that. Once it's under your control, you'll set it as your... it will be set as your currently controlled station. You can always switch control back to Restore 7 by double-clicking on it or by selecting it in your overview window at the top right. Possess the station. And I guess we can possess this other thing down here too, whatever it is. Alright. Here we go. Possess. Control transfer complete. Now you hold command authority over the station and can deploy construction blueprints or issue operational orders. Neat. Now switch back to Restore 7. You can select it from the overview panel on your right. We'll load some construction materials from Atlas Hauler to your construction ship. Okay, before we do that, select the bug. Possess. Looks like this light transporter got left behind. Scavies didn't have time to strip it. We can put it to use though. It will make a solid hauler for routing and storing materials. Possess it and it's yours. Okay. Let's hit build. We'll save this. He said it was a light transporter. Light. Not transport, but transporter. I guess it's not meant to offload anything itself directly, but rather convey supplies. That's what I'm getting from it anyway. Transporter. Save. Okay. And as to crew with cargo hold. I'm getting the feeling we want to put this, by our scavenger, so I'm going to go ahead. Get off the build mode. Alright. Okay. You know what? We'll leave it right here. For now. Oriented so the hangar bays are facing towards the debris. And now we're going to take our scavenger and press forward towards that question mark. Activate navigation. Yeah, you want to turn on navigation the most often because they are your friend. Because it's not always easy to keep track of everything. Careful with how much you're hauling. More cargo means more mass and your ship's gonna start feeling sluggish. All these scavenger materials will come in handy and you can always reroute resources in your storages to other ships that might need it more. Okay, yeah. Now let's turn on the scanner.
Scanners online.
And position. Okay. Didn't get much in that time, so let's position this way, go a bit forward. Then stop. And turn. Oop. There we go. Alright. There we go. Ooh. Almost missed that one. Okay, that's most of them. Now let's turn off the scanners.
Offline.
These wrecked modules are cluttering up the whole sector. Let's clean up this mess and give us some breathing room. Start with this hunk of junk here and then move on to clean up the old station. Except... yeah, you already said that.
Mining online.
There we go. That should do it. Now while he's busy, we'll go back to Restore 7. Select it. Okay, yep. We're plumb backwards. How did that happen? Alright, that should do it, and then we'll reorient ourselves. Never mind. This is up. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, how do we do it? You can use the same interaction icon to initiate trade between Restore 7 and the Atlas Hauler. Just select the Restore 7 and open the interaction menu on the large hauler ship and choose Trade. Okay. Okay, I see it. Yeah, understood. You also might want to bring the Atlas Hauler closer. Select it from the overview panel on the right and pilot within range to Restore 7 to initiate the trade, but just hold on a bit. Will do. First, we need to make some room in your cargo bay. This old can has some ore left from the previous reclaiming run. We gotta get rid of it. I'll try that. To adjust in the cargo, click left on the iron ore chunks in your inventory on the left side, and set the slide limit to 10 and confirm. After that, just pinpoint the horizontal and vertical location relative to your ship, and the resources will be jettisoned to the location via your ship's cargo bays. Alright. Alright, let's do that. All 10. We'll jettison right by the scavenger. It makes sense. Right here should do it. Confirm. And while that's doing that, I'm going to have the scavenger continue the scan. Well, mining. I already did most of the scanning. Okay, that's it. 100 tons less to lug around. When you're ready, start by pumping 300 units of iron from the Atlas Hauler into the frame. That will cover the first skeletal modules. Note it takes some time for the cargo to reach your station. Be patient. You can move your ship closer to the Atlas Hauler to speed up the process. Okay, but first things first. Like I said, I'm gonna have my scavenger here continue. Okay, move forward. That third mining laser is not wanting to engage for some reason. There you go. Guess I had to manually do it. Alright. Now, let's get to the Atlas and have it move forward. We might as well move it, you know, just above the station. That seemed a logical choice, considering it's going to be supplying ships everywhere, and the station itself, most likely. Okay, what's 2? Oh. Yeah, probably don't want to do that very often, but it did give us position just over the station. There we go. Just drift and cruise a little bit. Now let's press forward. Oop. I want to bring it down a bit. There we go. Alright, now let's go forward a bit. There we are. That should do it. Now back to restore 7, and we'll initiate trade. How much? 300? 300 iron. You can also manually do it if you can't get an exact number. Confirm. Confirm trade. Alright, straighten that up. Now how's Scavenger doing? Doing alright, and he's still collecting. So far he hasn't need, oh wait. The bug is deploying. Looks like it's collecting some of the material that the scavenger hasn't taken aboard itself. Okay, we're just about receiving the transferring cargo. There we go. Basic structural materials taken care of. Now, next, advanced components. Route 100 units of cobalt into storage. Without it, you won't be able to fabricate tier 2 modules. Alright. Why didn't we just do that while we were doing the iron? $100 units. Confirm. Confirm trade. Something tells me, though, I'm gonna need a lot more building materials before this training mission is done. Well, the scavengers almost cleared everything from this part of the station. Now it just needs to clear all of this junk. And it looks like the bug's little haulers have gotten some of the iron chunks. And we're just about to receive all of the cobalt. Good. If you ever notice you're running low on any material, you can always reroute supplies from the Atlas hauler or from the scavenger if you put it to work. Got it. Now let's start with restoration. Nodes are split into 1 and tier 2 modules. We learned this in the first video training session. First thing any station needs is energy. The easiest way is to generate this by building some T2 solar panels. Okay. Select the DS refine and press B to enter the build mode. Modules with green overlays will have at least one T1 or T2 expansion slots available. Proceeding. Okay. Choose a T2 expansion slot on DS Refine and select the T2 solar panel from the build menu and confirm placement. Construction engineers will depart from your restorator to deliver resources and start the construction processes. Make sure you are in range with your ship. Okay. Oh, and we just got done with the local cleanup. Now, we're going to get him to clean all this mess before proceeding. So let's activate the scanners again.
Scanners online.
Go up. Now turn, just to go ahead and scan these. All right. Okay, got another scan. Don't ask me how. First, we're going to put priority over here. Now stop. Stop again. Turn. There we go. Go, we got 2 lasers working on the problem. Now for the bug. Gonna have him reorient himself. Then proceed forward a little bit. Not too close though. Don't want to run into the scavenger or the station. Alright. Turn off.
Scanners offline.
There we go. All 3 lasers are engaged. 2 of them working on this. And one of them's starting over here.
Scanners online. Scanners offline.
Once we've cleared the rest of this junk, we'll go ahead and start with the solar panels. So I'll see you guys next time on the next transition, and we'll get started from there. Alright guys, we've cleared out the junk, and while my bug is collecting the materials we've salvaged and my scavenger's waiting for further orders, let's go ahead and build our solar panels. Alright. Build mode. Let's build them right here, because it only makes sense, because there were solar panels just right here. Alright, T2 solar panel. Then we'll construct 2 more on the bottom over here. Alright, the constructors can only carry a set amount of resources, and they need to return to hangar for a refill after running out. Now the station's not generating any of its own power, and the construction job can't be completed. We need to route some power from the Restore 7. Okay. First, exit build mode. Okay, gotcha. Restore. Descend. Energy from Restore 7 to DS. Refine. You need to set one of the Hulk nodes on Restore 7 to act as an energy sender. Okay. 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 Send energy. Good. Next step is to select the Hulk node of the DS Refine as the receiver. Make sure you choose a Hulk with good access because you need to move closer with Restore 7. Oh, let's do this then. Right. Need to click that. Receive energy. Good. The last step is to align unoccupied T2 expansion sockets from both Restore 7 and DS Refine. The energy will be sent from sender to receiver. Okay, I think I got it. It's like docking. Okay. We need to get one of the sections on the top or bottom to face. There we go. We'll flip it around. That should do it. Right about here. Now, we'll need to orient ourselves. There we go. Now then. We'll align right here. And then head. Right. Nope. Here we go, yes. Almost there. There we go.
Construction completed.
Okay, we got energy now. Nice, the system's humming again. Now we'll add some batteries to catch the overflow. This will allow you to keep backup power in case the generators get overloaded or damaged, preventing your active station modules from failing. Okay, understood. This can be especially bad if you're in motion, as no power means no stabilizing retro thrusters. Many overconfident captains have lost their lives, and more importantly, their stations this way. Alright. Notice the info panel on the left of your screen. Even though we are producing power, you can see that we don't have available power storage. Build T2 energy battery. Okay, build mode. First, let's see what these T2 batteries look like. Okay, very wide. On the other hand, we could construct them down here so they won't be, like, totally exposed. Okay, kind of drifted while I wasn't looking. So let's correct that.
Construction completed.
Alright. Excellent work. The overflow is now being stored in the T2 energy batteries. No. There we go. Okay, that should be close enough, I think. Anyway, understood. While those are powering up, let's make some upgrades to your ship. We can speed up our construction efforts by building a T2 construction tower. Got it. One important distinction between construction engineers is that T2 construction towers can also deliver energy to construct site. Construct one now on Restore 7. Remember to route more resources from your cargo ship if needed. Yeah, speaking of which, how much do we have? I mean, we have quite a bit, but I don't want to have to do this over and over again, so we'll go ahead and load up on serious resource materials. Oh wait. Trade. Let's be generous and say 500. Confirm. Now we need silicates too. Let's try 300 maybe. No, there's only so much space we have. Alright, 200. Cobalt. Confirm. Alright, confirm trade. Now then, for the T2, I'm gonna put it at the top. It just makes sense. Construction tower. If I need another construction tower, I could just put it at the bottom. Now, let's get our bug out of the way here. And have it join our scavenger, because he's just sitting there with a lot of resources. I don't want to trigger that other thing by accident.
Construction completed.
Oof. Construction towers online. It directs power and resources to build sites, massively boosting module assembly speed. Okay, yeah. Hold on a second. Oof. Okay. Now, scavenger. I'm gonna have you go over near the Atlas, but first let's get you forward, or back rather. No, forward, I was right, okay. Alright. Now then, move forward. Nearest debris is just above the Atlas.
Scanners online.
Okay, scanners offline.
Offline.
Now, let's get a little closer. There we go. Now, back to our bug. He's got all the resources. Now, you're gonna join our scavenger up there. Alright, nice. Modules require active crew to operate, provide living space for colonists by constructing habitat modules. Alright. Got it. Colonists. Alright. Yeah, let's build the colonists down here. Like the batteries, the colonists won't be that endangered. Now, as for the scavenger, I'm going to have him... Well, first we need to select the atlas. And have our scavenger trade all of their resources, mostly their silicites, and give us 200 of those. Confirm. He doesn't have much else. Oh, and give the chunks to him. Confirm. And we're gonna click on our little bug friend here. And he's also gonna get some more crew.
Construction completed.
No, let's do the Atlas. Lord knows that thing has enough crew. Let's see, Bug can carry to 20. Colonists. Let's do 10. Confirm.
Construction completed.
Good. Notice that I've now increased your colonist capacity. Yep. Okay. Water is essential for survival out here. For a station this size, we'll need to have to store quite a bit of it. Build a large T2 water storage module. The bar on your left shows your current station water capacity. Okay. And I'm thinking we should build it here because there's already small T1 water storages. Because why not? Water storage, ooh, it's huge. Good thing we can build more after it. Now, let's get our Restore 7. No. Spinning around this way. There we go. And then we'll push forward. Ooh, proximity. Overdid it a bit. Probably ran out of resources too. Here we go. Yeah, we need more silicon. Whew, alright. Trade. Let's go ahead and do... Actually, you know what? Do that mount. And we'll get some more iron. Oh. Never mind. We'll do 300. Then 200. Then a few more cobalt. Confirm trade. Then Atlas. You're going to trade 10 chunks. I mean 4 chunks. Alright, now. How about you, Bug? You have something? Let's trade a list of the silicates and the iron. Confirm trade. Because we got a lot of other stuff to scavenge. Speaking of which, just 100 off of you. Confirm. And 50 off of you. Confirm. Confirm trade. Might as well have them do something. Once the Atlas gets everything loaded in, I'm gonna have him move forward a little bit more. There we go.
Construction completed.
Well done. So far, but we're trying to make a factory here, not just a hotel. Now it's time to start preparing the way for our refineries, definitely. First thing we need is metal storage for storing asteroid chunks and refined materials. For now, build more of these, but always plan ahead. If your industry scales, so will your storage needs, and you'll need to build more in the future. Metal storage. Figured I'm gonna have to put something over here. Might as well be the industrial sector, because The asteroids, or whatever mining, it looks to be that way. Alright, storage. Okay, so that's the metal storage. You know what? Since we have the habitat hanging right there, we'll put this metal storage right here. Alright. Now, for Restore 7, we're gonna go above the station and take a little shortcut. Stop. And then we're going to go this way. Let's maneuver a bit. It's going to get tricky. There we are.
Construction completed.
Alright. Now then, we'll spin around. There we go. Right there. Alright, as you can see, your metal storage capacity has increased. Water, metal storage, yep. Now, let's make her sing. Build some refineries, have a more complex shape. These have a more complex shape, but you can always reroute modules by pressing... Oh, rotate modules by pressing R. For now, let's build one of them. Let's see how big it is. It's not that bad, but let's see the rotate function. Yeah, let's build it right here. Makes sense. Ooh. There we go. Now, for the Atlas. Let's get him a little bit closer. I mean, he's pretty good close right where he is, but... I'd like to get him a little closer down. First, let's correct his posture. There we go. Now we're heading down.
Construction completed.
Ah, come on. Whew. No, I want you to climb down. Yeesh. Well, at least he moves better than a Y-Wing. Actually, he's good where he is. If it can get him to stop. There. Alright. Almost ready to go, but there's one more problem. We can't send any materials to be refined without a functioning cargo bay. I see. Cargo bays are used to send resource packages between stations in close proximity, the same way you've been transferring materials from Atlas. Think carefully about where you want to place them to minimize travel time. Well, the answer is kind of obvious. We'll put them in the back, right over here. That way... Actually, come to think of it, we can't do another battery right here, so why don't we do a hangar? I should have done the habitats, you know, the other way, but hey, lessons learned. Although I could still change it. Nah, we'll go ahead and finish this. Alright, cargo bay. Oh, incompatible, okay. Original plan, then. Control D. Confirm. Habitat.
Construction completed.
Control D. Confirm. Do a battery here. Then Control D. Nope, did not mean to do that. Alright, now, habitat over here. Yeah, see, that looks much better.
Construction completed.
Alright. Now we can send some colonists to the station to settle in. Let's start with 20. I need more silicates first. Trade. Might as well send a full amount of silicates. Now it shouldn't take nearly as long to get the silicates to my ship. And now there we got cargoes in the back. That way it won't be exposed, and our shuttles will be able to get there under cover of defensive fire if need be.
Construction completed.
Alright, that's done.
Construction completed.
Alright, now let's get the colonists up and running. Trade. $20. Confirm. Confirm trade. Ah, there's the colonists. I could build a docking port over here, but figure it's for resources. I still can. Cargo bay. Anyway, alright, your refinery should not be able to function.
Construction completed.
You can test them out by sending some chunks from the Atlas to your new refinery station by opening up the context menu, right click at the refinery and select a material to start refining. Alright, so exit build mode, then click on the Atlas for trade, then let's get those chunks. Confirm, silicate, confirm, and cobalt, confirm. Confirm trade. And then hit the refinery to produce. And that should do it. I'm curious, if there's two docking ports, do they just lock on to the closest docking port? Let's test it out. They do, in fact, lock on to the closest ones. So, we'll hit build and Control D, confirm. That should be a lot less confusing. And now our refinery is producing. Okay, alright, your refineries, blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Once you're ready to proceed, we need to do something about these guns. They seem perfectly functional, but they will require some ammo. The best thing is to produce locally, so the best thing is to produce it locally. So now let's build a T2 manufacturing module. Let's do it. Manufacturing module is an industrial beauty. She can produce anything from ordnance we might need to nuclear and aeonite fuel. Alright. Let's see what that looks like. Holy. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll just put them on the side here. You know, future manufacturings. Makes more sense to make them at the side. That way we'll have, you know, space to expand. And this is like storage. Yeah, we can put 2 other storages here.
Construction
Alright.
completed.
However, regulations state that these volatile materials need to be stored in separate individual two-part storage containers. Okay. Very well. You can see your product storage on this bar. Let's expand by making a new container. You know... Well, let's see where we can put these things first. Storage. These are pretty huge too. This is metal storage. This is part storage. I wonder... Parts... Yeah, those are very long, though. I wonder... Nah. This is manufacturing, right? We could put the part storage down there. Although, maybe part storage right here. Yeah, that's going to take up way too much space. You know what? Control. We'll put the dock like I originally wanted. Actually, no. And we'll put the, let's see, part storage. Yeah, that's not going to work either. These things are so huge.
Construction completed.
Yeah, we'll put them down here. I was thinking maybe we can turn this whole thing into like solar power thing. But I mean, we can actually do two of them each. Like put the solar panels over here and here. And put the parts like over here. That way they won't be entirely in the way. Yeah, see? Better yet, solar cells there. No, that's not gonna work. Maybe I'm thinking too much, but... Actually, that could work. Yeah. Part storage could go to manufacturing right there, and I could still construct something over here. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Plan is coming together. Yeah, because anything that's manufactured can either become passed through here or go to the storage and still get passed, you know, back through here. Only catch is I can't build anything too crazy on this side, but that's alright.
Construction completed.
Alright, well done. We're almost finished. One more thing to take care of. Any industry generates a lot of heat, and overheated modules will automatically shut themselves off until they cool back down. Working on temporary to cool back down to working temperature. Not great for business. Alright. It's very important to increase your heat capacity by funneling excess heat into radiators or dumpers. Alright? Now construct some radiators in an appropriate place. Alright? And I know exactly where to put it. Let's see, radiators, depending on what the size of it is, of course. Actually, that will work. Because then we can still build another Hulk module in front of that, and so on and so forth, I think. Let's test it out. It only makes sense that thermal module would be at the solar power facilities because, you know, it's regulating the heat and energy. All right, that's it. The DS oh, little longer than I intended. Hold on a second. First. Yeah, we can do a Hulk node, but first I've got to control...
Scanners offline. Scanners offline.
Control D. Confirm. Alright, let's get back to it. R. There we go. Alright, that's it. The DS Refine is now fully operational and you have a new appreciation for the art of space station construction. This concludes our business here. You may proceed to the next training module. However, feel free to continue building and experimenting, sending you construction blueprints from some new modules if you want to try them out. Okay? That would ordinarily be the end of it, but we've got something over here.
Construction completed.
Called the Solar Wing. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's more appropriate. Alright, so now let's go to the Restorer and head over there. Here you'll learn how to use blueprints
Construct scan weapons online. Weapons offline.
Alright, here you'll learn how to use blueprints to save and recall full station configurations. First, we'll assemble the solar wing and then link it to the DS Refine to give it the station a new power source. Accept.
Construction completed.
Let's start then. What you see on the construction site here is a solar wing blueprint. A layout pre-designed to feed your power into larger stations. Your job is to finish the construction, relay the needed resources, and bring it online. Once completed, pilot yourself and connect it to the Deep Space Refine. Also make sure that your constructors are configured to build and repair adjacent friendly stations as well. Construction ship is selected.
Construction online.
Okay, yeah. Toggle this from the bottom of your HUD. I already got that.
Construction completed.
Sure. It's recommended that you first complete the primary mission of rebuilding before starting. Yeah, I already did. To finish just the objective, you need enough resources, some constructors, and a T2 construction tower to relay enough energy to build sites. Okay. Whew.
Construction completed.
Sorry if I read that a little fast, but I was kind of worried if it completed before I was done, it wouldn't bug or something. You know, because this is still an early access game.
Construction completed. Construction completed.
Anyway, guys, what do you think of my first attempt at a station? I know the parts storage could have been done a little bit better, but still, I think I did fairly well. Excellent job. It's a good idea to save your blueprint configuration now. That way you won't have to place every module by hand next time. You can just recall the full layout in one go. Objective. Select the solar wing and save it to a blueprint from the buttons on the bottom part of your HUD. Okay. Build. Save as solar wing. Save. Well done. Now you can place a copy of this blueprint, enter build mode, and build a build point. Navigate the blueprints tab and select your blueprint. Okay. Build a copy of the solar wing. Let's see, where is that? Okay, let's go to build mode. Ah, here we go. Build point. Ah. Remove. Did not mean to do that. Don't know why. Store 7. Why it did that. Alright. Wait, no. Oh, build point. There we go. I'm gonna build it right over here. And solar wing. Now that all that's left is to merge both solar wings to the DS Refine. You can merge the first one while you complete the other. Make sure you enable the boosters to upgrade on the Hulk node with your newly built construction, else you won't be able to pilot it. Okay. How? The principle is the same as docking and align the open T2 build nodes to your two stations. Make sure there's a path clear when you're close enough to merge. Select merge. Alright. Can I not control this? Oh, it has no crew. That's why. Let's select... Well, actually, let's select our atlas. I really need to find out how these things are drifting so much. We need to reorient his fat butt. Alright. I'm gonna keep the retro thrusters on big things like this. Maybe they'll actually stay put. Alright. Now then, Atlas. Station cannot be controlled. And of course, he needs more resources. Figures. Are you going to stop? Jeez almighty. Finally. Now then. Restore, we need you to trade with Atlas over here. 500. Confirm. And 500. Confirm. Then 200. Confirm. Now for some reason this will not to Solar Wing. Let's try crew, colonists, I mean. Let's try 2, see what happens. Set. Hail. Where's the colonists? Well, if it's not controllable, why bother having me build it?
Construction completed. Construction completed.
Oh well.
Construction completed. Construction completed. Construction completed.
I can't control it if I can't, you know, deliver water to it, so... Deposit.
Construction completed.
Maybe...
Construction completed.
Ah. Okay, there it goes.
Construction completed. Construction completed. Construction completed.
Alright.
Grid online.
Okay. That's, hail. Alright. Save as solar wing Save. Confirm. Hail. Okay. Boosters upgrade. Oh. Alright. This can't even be controlled, so what's the point? I guess I'm just gonna have to make another one. Hold on a second, guys. Maybe I'm missing something here. Alright, guys, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know why I can't control this other solar wing. Solar wing.
Completed.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna construct a second one, see if that helps. In the meantime, I'm gonna drive this little guy all the way over. But first, before I do any changes...
Construction completed.
I'm gonna save this as... Oh, what did he call it? Deep space. Yeah. Deep space refinery. Let's see. I'm gonna put this as 1, or otherwise known as DSR. Oh, too much. Let's try it this way. DSR1. What it is and what type. Save. Now then, I'm just gonna dock this
Construction completed.
over here. Might as well, just to get this over with, because I'm already getting late getting this straight to you guys.
Construction completed.
All right. Oop. There we go. That's 1. And I'm out of silicites again. Of course I am. Confirm trade.
Construction completed.
Alright, if this doesn't work, then I'm just gonna call the end to the tutorial, but I might as well see what this is. Alright, apparently there's a ranking system that you can choose active perks. So... let's do that, I guess. And... why not? But you can see what the merging is talking about. Nope. Crap. I'm just messing this up now. Dang it. We'll just leave it alone.
Construction completed.
Finally.
Grid online.
Let's just go ahead and dock it over here. No need to waste time. All right. I mean, that should be the merge, so I guess this is the a bug for the second tutorial. But otherwise, yeah, that's all said and done. And not exactly the most elegant of plays that I've done for a tutorial so far, but I mean, it is the early access and I can only do so much against bugs. So let's exit the menu, exit game. And that will do it for this video, for the tutorial. Now, like I said in the first video, the third and final video will cover the you know, the last tutorial mission, which will be combat and progression. So until that next video, if you guys enjoyed me stumbling my way through this tutorial, then please, as always, leave a like, sound the notification bell to stay up to date with my channel's content, and be sure to hit that bell and hit notify all so you can keep up to date when it any of my content drops on my channel. And leave your comments, thoughts, and or game suggestions of what games you think I should try out next in the comment section below, and hit that subscribe button to support my channel and to help it grow as we continue our YouTube journey together. Thanks. I've been Helmstrats, and I'll see you guys on the next one.